Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to today's unseen video. This is where we round up all the talking points from social media. And the biggest talking point is we're about 48 hours away from Backlash, which is bonkers because it really doesn't feel like we're only a couple of days away from a PLE, but we are. And it's also going to be the final time that John Cena faces Randy Orton in a wrestling match. So, I mean, it's going to be historic. I'm really looking forward to that match. I think the event itself should be pretty good as well because I think we're going in with pretty low expectations. So I'm kind of going in really focused on that main event. So I don't really see how it's going to underwhelm, but, well, I don't know. Let's see. I'm optimistic that we should have some fun this weekend. And of course, we're going to be doing the watch along for that. I'm actually going to set that stream up after I've uploaded all of this. So, yeah, if you're around on Saturday and you want to share your thoughts, come and join us. We've even got a folder to do with Backlash. We'll get to that in a second. We'll do the WWE folder first. So, OTC, thank you. There are plans in the near future to put Penta and Rey Fenix back together as the Lucha Bros. Now, we've not seen Lucha Bros in WWE, but of course we have seen them in AEW. This is coming courtesy of WrestleVotes Radio. And yeah, I don't think that's a big surprise, to be honest. I suppose the question is when. It's always more been when. I think we all knew it was going to happen eventually, but when? I'm thinking draft. Whenever that is. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Is it a month? Is it 2 months? Is it 3 months? We're going to have to wait and see. But apparently there are plans in the very near future for us to put these two together and get the Lucha Bros. Okay, OTC, thank you. Goldberg's name has been discussed both creatively and in the marketing division, which means that 9 times out of 10, a TV appearance is in the works. There's plenty of people thinking that he might get involved in the Pat Gunther match this weekend because 2025 is expected to be his retirement year. It's expected to be that he's going to have his last match in WWE. I don't know if he's just having one match or a couple. Don't know. It could be that he faces Gunther and then has his final match against someone else maybe at SummerSlam or a rematch against Gunther at SummerSlam. So I'm not sure how it's all going to pan out. We could see him this weekend. Maybe come into Pat's aid. But yeah, that again coming from WrestleVotes Radio. Seems like we're getting closer towards Goldberg appearing. Right, Wrestle Night, thank you. This is interesting. And I don't know if it's all that surprising, but I hadn't heard this before. Let's check out and then we'll talk about it.
Who would you love to face inside of a WWE ring? I would like to see you against Alexa Bliss, he writes.
Oh, I would love that. The answer is still what I said before, Dom Mysterio. But hell yeah, I'll wrestle Alexa. Oh my God, yes. But it kind of breaks my heart when I hear that because I feel like it was supposed to happen with Bray Wyatt and Alexa versus me and Kross. That was something that was discussed years ago. So when I hear her name, I just know that match was talked about, and I feel like it would have happened by now. But I'm definitely still open to it in the future.
So there we go. The reason why I say it's not incredibly shocking is Karrion has spoken a lot recently and even shared some messages that he exchanged with Bray, and he's spoken about Bray, and he's kind of indicated that he was originally mentioned as a potential member for the Wyatt Six. This would have been a different Wyatt Six, a group when Bray was still with us. And I think that those two, Karrion and Bray, really shared a bond. I think they had a lot in common. I think they were kindred spirits, and I think they discussed a lot of stuff. So not just about him coming into the group, but also about a feud. I think we would have had a Bray-Karrion feud at some point in 2023. And now we're finding out from Scarlett that Bray and Alexa against Karrion and Scarlett was discussed. That had already been debated and had already been planned and put on the table, if you will. So yeah, she says I'm sure that would have happened by now. I'm guessing if Bray hadn't have passed away. So yeah, interesting though, because a lot of these details haven't emerged, so I haven't actually heard that we were going to get that mixed tag match. So very interesting. Okay, just a bit of information regarding like AAA. I think it just gives you a bit of an insight into Nick Khan and WWE's like mindset when it comes to trying to grow in Latin America, right? So this was from the phone call, the financial phone call today that Nick Khan had. He was talking about the revenue, the profits, Q1 earnings, and they got onto the AAA subject. So if you look at some of the recent wrestlers that came into WWE, like Penta, Phoenix, the social media impressions for Penta's debut was almost 100 million social media impressions. We saw a spike in Latino viewership. It's something we noticed a few years ago with Bad Bunny. The Latino audience would be there if there was someone like them who was there. Number one, it's a new influx of wrestlers. It's added to the demographic where we're already strong. And Worlds Collide Money in the Bank, that's going to be produced from one truck. There are efficiencies with that. There are good dollars there, and we're excited about the overall opportunity. So I guess what he's saying is that Worlds Collide Money in the Bank, we're not getting like a separate venue or something, I'm guessing he's saying. Like it's all going to be done through the same truck. Like there's no kind of extra expenditure, or there will be, but it'll be minimal. And, you know, there are efficiencies with doing that. But the upside is that we're really reaching that Latino audience. And we saw a spike when Penta came in. We saw a spike when Bad Bunny came in. Now we've got like AAA, a Mexican promotion. And so, you know, we can really build in that fan base. We can really build WWE standing in Mexico. And yeah, there's growth to be had there. So there we go. That I thought was quite interesting. It's nothing too surprising, but I thought it was interesting. And here from Brandon Thurston, he said WWE's Q1, so that's the first, I think, 3 months of the year, revenue was up in all 4 reported segments. So totaling $391.5 million, which was up from $316.7 million. So media rights, they got $251 million for the first quarter. Live events, they did $76 million. Partnerships and marketing, $25 million. Consumer products, so merch, $38 million. So merch, $38 million. Sponsorship, $25 million. Live events, tickets, blah, 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 $76 million. And then media rights, which is going to be how much they get paid from CW Network, from USA Network, from Netflix, from Peacock, from like all of that, $251 million. So all of that has resulted in the first quarter being 391 compared to this time last year, which was 316. So there we go. There we go. 391, 316. And tickets have increased, or live events, money from live events, that's increased by 25 million. So I sort of look at that monster media rights number, right? And then I look at, so for example here, media rights, yeah, 251. Live events, which is going to be the tickets, 76. I mean, that's your massive number, isn't it? That's your monster number. I know you want to try and max all of these, but I don't know. I look at these and I'm like, do you really need to push up your ticket prices? Like, charge whatever you want for front row. Charge whatever you want for the floor. But like, you know, families that are trying, I keep going on about families, but you know, families that just want to get into the building, like they'll sit up in the nosebleed seats because the kids just want to be there. Like, can't you just help them out a little bit? Like, do you know what I mean? Do you need to push those prices up? Do those prices need to go sky high? Charge what you want for front row. I don't care if you charge 40 grand, 80 grand, 200 grand. Make no difference to me. It's only people that have got money that are buying those tickets anyway. So my heart does not break for them. But like, yeah, how about those families that have to work a bit harder, do overtime, and are struggling and their kids want to go. So I sort of look at these numbers and I'm like, you're getting loads from TV. You're doing all right with merch. Your sponsorships have obviously increased quite a bit because you've butchered the ring. And I don't know, can't you just give us something back? Throw us a bone, would you, WWE? Yeah, so interesting though, isn't it? Right, let's have a look at the odds. Who's your money on for Backlash, said WrestleBuzz. So Pat is coming in as a plus 600 underdog, Gunther at minus 1,500. I would like to see that a bit bigger, to be honest. I mean, look at how big of a favourite John Cena is. Look how big of a favourite Jacob is. The bigger the minus number, the more of a favourite you are. So actually, Gunther not... I mean, it's a big favour. It's a big favourite. It's a big number. But still, it's not like minus 5,000, is it? So minus 1,500 for Gunther. He's the favourite. Dominic minus 1,250. Probably because he's only just recently won that belt. And he had a great reaction when he did. So I don't know if they're looking to take it off of him already. So Penta plus 550. Becky minus 500. Becky is the favourite in this match for the Women's Intercontinental. The champ going in as an underdog at plus 300. Very, very interesting. I think if there is to be a title change, people are looking there. Then we got Jacob at minus 5,000. So Jacob minus 5,000. You can see next favourite would be Drew. Then it would be LA Knight, and a real outsider would be Damian. And then there's just no debate on that main event. Minus 5,000. Minus 5,000. I mean, you would have to bet, like, if you want to win any money on John, you would have to bet $5,000 just to win $100. That's how big of a favourite John Cena is. You would have to bet 5,000 just to win 100. That's crazy, isn't it? That is crazy. That is how big of a favourite John Cena is. So there we go. That's the Backlash betting odds. Edward, shout out to you. There has reportedly been a pitch for Cody to return this weekend at Backlash. So could we see Cody coming back this weekend? He is not scheduled for SmackDown this week, but he is scheduled for SmackDown next week. Andy says, imagine Becky wins the Women's IC Championship, and at the top of the entranceway stands Heyman, Braun, and Seth. A lot of people were wondering if she might find her way into that group, and that would be pretty sick, to be honest with you, because not only would she now be the Women's Intercontinental Champion, but she would then also be aligning with that group, and we would see a bit more movement with that group. Yeah, and she's a heel as well now, so, So, yeah, that's really good, Andy. I really like that. And Larry, shout out to you, bud. Randy Orton has got no idea what reaction he's going to get from the St. Louis crowd at Backlash. He said, I wouldn't say I'm nervous. I'm very excited to see. They might love John. They might shiz on me and boo me. I mean, I thought they would be right behind Randy, but it is true. He does make a really good point. The reason why he's nervous is because he's not associated with St. Louis in the same way that Punk is with Chicago, It's not the same. He doesn't really talk about the city that much, or rep the city, or go to their team's games, or do you know what I mean? Like he said, I sort of keep myself to myself. So I really don't know how the crowd are gonna react. There could be a lot of John Cena fans there. I mean, I think that crowd is going to be behind. It'll be a real shame if they're not. I think that they'll be behind Randy. They've got to be proud of Randy. Even if he doesn't go to the local baseball games or whatever, they've got to be really proud of him. So I've got to think it's going to be a very pro Randy Orton crowd. But yeah, he was just saying he's a little bit nervous, not too sure what to expect. Let's go other, shall we? Oh, I saw this and it just blew my mind. Look at this. There's an image of Giulia. So there's a little trend that's doing the round, which is she evolved or they evolved. And it's an old picture and then the current picture. So here's an old picture of Giulia right near the start of her career, and she's gone from that to that. So, yeah, it's really cool. I thought that was a real clever one. So shout out to Andrew A.H., the Giulia Stan account. And I thought that was really good. Really good. The other one that I saw was this one, but I didn't think that looked as good, or this one. So it's a bit of a trend that's doing the rounds, but the best one I saw was the Giulia one. This is pretty bonkers, and lots of people have got their thoughts on it. So let's just play it for a bit.
Hey guys, I just want to say thank you for all the love and support you guys have shown me over the last 24 hours. I mean, it's been like a whirlwind on social media, but I'm kind of used to that at this point in my life. Just want to say thank you because I see the hashtag, we want the dream, and I appreciate that because I want my job back. I have no shame in saying that. I didn't lose my job because I sucked, unlike some people. No, I lost my job because there's this thing called the IWC, and they like to report on fake news because wrestling is fake. It makes sense to me that people who watch something fake, who love fake chaos, will continue to pour into it. But I just want you to know it's really, really affected me. And since I have been affected, I only feel that it's right that I affect you back. It's called a cause and effect, you know? Because if Patrick Clark can't have pro wrestling, I don't think anybody should. You know, they're going so far as to compare me to Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit. They call me the most hated man in professional wrestling and loop me in with Chris Benoit. Chris Benoit is a killer. I'm not a killer, but don't push me. Because if you push hard enough, I'll kill pro wrestling for you. Velveteen Dream, that third eye, it wasn't just a gimmick. Patrick Clark has seen a lot, and I know a lot, about people you love, people you're still watching on TV today. So the choice is yours, and you've already made it. I'm going to ruin pro wrestling for you. I'm going to make sure that I expose the business. And hopefully, none of us can have pro wrestling.
There's so much to talk about with that, isn't there? I feel like it's a separate video type thing, but I mean, there's so much to talk about. The big thing I'd say is I found that very captivating. I didn't want to turn it off. I didn't plan on playing it that long, but I played it all because I've already seen it a couple of times, and I find everything he says very interesting. I didn't feel the need to turn it off, right? I wanted to hear what he had to say. I am left confused, though, because I actually don't know the situation in regards to the allegations against him. I know there was allegations. I know there was evidence. And I don't know whatever came of all of that. You know, that's why he lost his job. I believe there was someone that was saying that he had kind of reached out to them, and there was like messages being exchanged. I think this person was a minor, but I've also heard other people saying that all of that was fake. I mean, it's one of those where it made a lot of noise. He ended up losing his job, and then, like most things, you don't really hear anything about what happened or where it went or, you know, what the outcome was. So I genuinely don't know what came of that. And so I don't know if all of that was proven to be made up, proven to be fake, proven to be taken out of context, or if there was something to it. I think to put a bow on this, what I would say is, if he is innocent, if he never did anything wrong, I think that's a very compelling, captivating promo. I think that it could be a bit of a work in the sense of how John Cena wants to ruin wrestling. He says he's going to ruin wrestling, right? It could be that he's trying to get like a bit of buzz, a bit of attention. It could be a work. If it's a shoot, if he's saying that for real and he kind of is a little unhinged now, then I would worry a little bit for his mental health. So, you know, because he says, I want my job back, and it is affecting me. And I've not heard of him like wrestling on any big shows as well. I think if he has been wrestling, it's going to have been smaller shows. And so I would imagine this is affecting him. It's drastically affected his career. It's one of those, isn't it? These allegations were hanging around. I don't know what came of them. And if he was innocent, he has not been able to shake those. I wonder how you find a way forwards. I suppose you've got to get your name cleared, haven't you? And I don't know. I mean, I've not looked into it. I've not gone through the detail of it. So it will be interesting. Let's have a look at some of the responses, though, before we move on and see what people were saying. He could have been the next big thing, but he decided to talk to minors. You effing nerds ruined his career. Give him another chance. The wrestling trolls did get him fired. What we know about the Dream's controversial past. So Ringside News are like, you sure about that? You sure it was the trolls? That'll be worth a read, actually. Do the work first, Patrick. So far you haven't even done shiz to consider justifying or redemption. Probably not the right way to go about it, but I admire the gumption. I haven't heard the word gumption in a while. I heard he was cleared from other stuff, but didn't he bite a security guard? He did get caught up in some other stuff. Mr. You Can't See Me has already promised to ruin wrestling, bro. Find a new threat. We've got a John Cena wannabe over here. Bro needs to STFU. No one cares. It's his faults. What we have here is the response of an unstable man and a man with a friend who could tell him sharing that with the world is a terrible idea. Yeah, that'll get you rehired, lol. So when you can't take accountability, you blame others for your actions. Like a weed, he won't stay down. This further cements that he's a cancer of a human being. Even if he was not guilty, his ego and attitude is toxic. Don't know. If he's not guilty and he lost his job over false allegations, I can understand him being upset, you know? I could understand that. I think it really hinges on that as to whether he was guilty of those allegations or not. So I know we spent a long time on that. I didn't intend to spend a long time on that, but I found it a very captivating promo. Everyone on my feed is talking about this. And I mean, I don't see a way back for him at the moment. And so as a result of that, I don't know what his next step's going to be. I wonder if he does know a few things about some people that are on the main roster now. I wonder if he does know some stuff. I mean, he kind of indicates he does. I know things about, you know, your favorites, some of your favorites. And don't forget, he would have been around in NXT when a lot of the people on the main roster were in NXT. He probably does know things. So this might be a situation we need to just keep an eye on, but I don't know. It's just a sad situation all round. I really like the Velveteen Dream. I know it doesn't matter, but I did. I liked him. And certainly if he is innocent, I wish him all the very best. If he's guilty of, like, you know, talking to minors and promising to help get them into the wrestling world and stuff like that, then I don't obviously have any time for him, and the wrestling world has no time for him either. But again, I don't know what the truth was, so we'll have to see. Brock Lesnar's son, Duke, has been drafted to Medicine Hat Tigers. I don't even know what a Medicine Hat Tiger is. It feels like someone's plucked 3 words out of a hat and put them together. Medicine Hat Tigers in the WHL, which probably stands for something like Women's Hockey League. I have none of this makes any sense to me. I also don't really feel like I need to know. I'm thinking this is good. I'm thinking this is him progressing in his career. I'm thinking that big things could come of this. Otherwise, it wouldn't be such a big story. But without knowing who the hell the Medicine Hat Tigers are, or even what the hell the WHL is. I wish him all the best, mainly because I'm scared of his dad. OTC, shout out to you. TKO have updated their logo. There we go. They've gone from that to that, which isn't drastic, but it is better. It does look cleaner. I think that looks better. I mean, that doesn't look good at all. But there we go. TKO have updated their logo. Shotzi said, I was waiting to see how you weirdos would find a negative headline from a positive interview. It never fails. Make sure to listen to the full interview. So, Edward, thank you. So, basically, Shotzi reveals frustration over dropped SmackDown storyline. So, I think the overall interview was quite positive and was quite good, but she just said that she was frustrated because she was going to go into a feud with Chelsea Green and nothing came of that. And so, of course, they've grabbed that and pulled that out and made it seem like she's frustrated overall. So she's just like, I was waiting to see how long it would take you weirdos to find a negative headline. So there we go. Okay, Alan Cheap Shot, my goodness, that splat noise. This is nasty. Boom. Hey, that's concrete as well. Mate, oh my God. When you remember that there is no padding there, and he springs off the ropes, and he literally springs off the ropes and just goes on the floor, doesn't he? Middle rope. Mate, why do I keep playing it? Why do I keep doing it? TJF said, I love this idea. So there's Kairi Sane with an AI pirate in the bank briefcase. It is a good idea. And it's a fun little case as well. Love that for her. So, okay, you might be in too deep if you've got genuine arguments over this interaction. Yeah, this was crazy. God, there's so much beef going on, isn't there? So much beef going on. So, Baron Corbin or Happy Corbin or someone, I don't know what the original message was, but probably something to do with Je'Von, and Ricochet said, I'd squash him, I'd squash Je'Von, right? Je'Von then responded, my bad. I just got done training at the Performance Center under Shawn Michaels. Something that you don't have or do, but I bet your brown egghead ass would squash me if Tony told you to. Much love, OG. Young OG, two-pack of this generation. I mean, that's quite the comeback to Ricochet, isn't it? That's quite and this is not building to a match, is it? Because they're in two different promotions that don't like each other. So if these two were feuding at the moment, you'd be like, okay, but they're not. They're not going to. So this has got real beef written all over it, right? So we got that. Ricochet said, brother, I was learning from Shawn Michaels when you was like 12. Then I went on to become a multiple-time champion. Let me know when you win one, little boy. And yeah, if Tony asked me, I'd definitely beat ya. So there we go, right? And then Je'Von went, you learned from HBK when I was 12 and became a multiple-time champion. But now you're wrestling in front of 2,000 people every week for a crackhead. Dude, talk about an upgrade, am I right? Dude. Sounds like Mr. Khan isn't giving you enough attention, so you had to come for a successful-ass young'un. You're giving me the most views on my post, and I'm finally helping you get the most attention you've ever had in your career. All love. Why can't everyone just get along, eh? Why can't we all just get along? So that was getting a lot of attention today. That was, Corey, this is insane. This is insane. It is insane because it's not building to anything. So, right. Hey, check this out. OTC, thank you. Naomi said, I really need to start using this nepotism with my family that y'all claim that I've got. Heyman, Rock, Jacob, Usos, Roman, Sammy, Rikishi. I'd like to request a meeting ASAP. I love that. I love that tweet. She's like, you keep saying I've got this amazing family and I've got all this nepotism. Well, I need to start using it. So Heyman, Rock, Jacob, Usos, Roman, Sammy, Rikishi. We need a meeting. It's really good. That's really good. Demon, shout out to you. Can't miss out on a good book. Now, the Berenstain Bears were not something we had over here, but I believe they were very popular in America. So big things to come. Check out my Pro Wrestling Tees store. New podcast gonna drop. Sub to my OnlyFans. So there we go. That's them after their releases. The Berenstain Bears get released by WWE. It should be a good read, actually. I think that's out this summer. Should be a good read. And look at this. So this is Ashanti, right? He says, hey, Bayley, I heard you're looking for romance. Now, we included that in Unseen ages ago. Bayley is kind of showing herself to be not a brilliant potential partner because that was posted on April 30th. And she responded 14 hours ago. So, do you know what I mean? I mean, I've heard about girls keeping guys waiting, but guys, I mean, that's a joke. Yeah. So he posted that on April 3rd. I mean, did she only just go through her notifications? She's like, you don't even follow me, brother. Yeah. You don't even follow me. He did respond saying that can be easily fixed. Yeah. I'm liking this. I'm down for that. I am down for seeing, like someone making some moves on Bayley. She said, didn't she, that she was interested in a romantic storyline, or just she wants to do everything before she like calls it a quits on her career. So she's down for it. I'm down for seeing it as well. So there we go. She's like, you don't even follow me. Let's go. WWE, there's money there. There's money. Oh my God, we could have a wedding. That would be the best. We could have a wedding. We need a wedding. It's been too long since we've had a wedding. Right, Ashley, shout out to you. Finally got a title for my second WWE merch. Very nice. Look at the side plates as well. Very nice. You have to take those side plates off, though, because he isn't champion at the moment. Dean Park said, believe in the power of the warrior. Dean, you look like you could be a wrestler. You've got, do you know what I mean? Oof. Got something going on up here. And that is nice. I don't think I've ever seen an orange strap before for the IC belt. But it looks good. Looks really good. I would not fancy trying to get that off you. So, Dean, shout out to you, dudes. And World Hardcore Wrestling said I got a reply from Calyx. Let's go. Look at this. World Hardcore Wrestling said one of my favorites already. Calyx said wise selection. Let's go. Yes. Evolve. Oh God, I'm so into it. I was so disappointed that I couldn't watch that yesterday. And then I finally did get to watch it, and it was so good. So, and that the women's belt is growing on me. When I first saw it, I was like, oh, 6, 7, 5, 7. I did like the women's more than the men's. I don't think the black makes it pop as much, but the women's, I keep looking at it, and the more I see it, they're like, okay, yeah, no, that's growing on me. That I'm at about like a 7.5 for the women's now. 6.75 for the men's, but I think the women's just pops better on the white strap, so yeah, good. I'm really enjoying Evolve, and we'll have to see. Lexis King is going to be on the show next week. He showed up this week as well. They had Lexis King, they had Nikita Lyons, they showed off the belt. It was a really good episode. So there we go. Right, I'm going to run away anyway because I've been way longer than I was expecting. I'm blaming the Velveteen Dream. I can't escape him. Larry, shout out to you. There it is. Look, come on. You can't tell me that doesn't look nice. It's not. I mean, you might look at it at first and be like, "Oh, I'm not sure," but with the purple and everything, with the purple, I was looking. Oh, honestly. So, Robin, shout out to you. TJF 1983, thank you. That was brutal. Ajax, Johnny. Wrestling's biggest fan. Nails and NY, shout out to you. Wild Child Billy, shout out to you, buds. Wendy Lucho, CM Chunk, Sweet Chin Wrestling, Fly Music, Raymond, Pray News the Sports, Jang Tae Sang, Davy Jones, Dark Phoenix Tees, MLW Flash, Claire Webb, and Wrestle Night. Thank you to all of you for the support, as always. But yeah, I'm going to go off. I need to set up that Backlash stream, don't I? Need to set up SmackDown streams. I've got things to do. But hope you enjoyed this episode of Unseen, and I will see you later for SmackDown, later for the kickoff show for Backlash, and of course, we'll have another episode of Unseen. Bye for now.